Hey, IDS 302. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday, however you celebrate. Um, it's Thursday about 11:10 a.m. My turkey's in the final hour, and I am want to get this out to you today. I'll post the last mod video on Tuesday, I believe. I'm going to do that. As we know, course ends a week from tomorrow, Friday. So I think that today, first video, Tuesday, the second video, gives you that last push, and there's the yawn, and there's the yawn. Okay, so let's get started here. I think I had some, yeah, I had a little side item on research. Twitter I saw from a gentleman named Mikhail Katz, who is a optics photonics researcher, applied physicist, and associate professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Hey, go Badgers. I didn't know that. Well, it seems that Dr. Katz, he's talking about, he saw a couple of tweets today about the desire slash need to publish negative results, e.g. when an experiment doesn't work, in addition to positive ones. This is a commonly held view and one to which I used to share strongly. So he goes into a number of tweets here about negative results. And often writing a paper about a negative result is actually much harder than for a positive one. For a positive result, something is working, confirming that your approach, understanding, experience is generally correct. For a negative result, you have to determine, explain what exactly went wrong out of a sea of possibilities. Your device didn't work. Maybe the design was flawed. Maybe you didn't clean your sample before lithography. Well, when the situation fits, okay? So, in any ways, he's talking about that, but he is saying that um, the the space for a negative result is, even published, of course, is an important one. Um, that's saying that, was it Einstein or whatever? Einstein. Edison had like 400 flawed experiments to create a light bulb. And somebody asked him, don't you feel like a failure after so many times? He goes, no. He goes, I know 400 ways not to make a light bulb now. So be that as it may. Um, okay, so got some positive health news earlier this week as I get going here. So that was good. Not It's not serious, and hoping that things go well here. Anyways, so important about your surveys and about that discussion board for surveys. Please get in there and participate in each other's survey. Extremely important because some folks are telling me that they only have a couple, 5 responses so far. Now, do me this favor. If you have enough students, if you have enough responses, maybe go in there and just post a response to your own post link saying that, thanks, I have enough respondents. Okay. Or if you want to go in there conversely and say, please, I need participants, then we could pick and choose and just go get through there. I think you can do that. I know you're seeing the screen is different than I can. So I'm hoping that you're able to go in there, just like you would do a comment to another student, you're going to go in there and do their survey. And just like you comment, hopefully you can comment on your own, and I'm sure you can. Just continue that thread of yours and say that you're good to go. You do not need any more participants. So this is going to be really important. Okay. In fact, the first Easter egg is do the surveys. Okay. We need help here. As I had written, I would like to see. I mean, you got 50 responses, you're golden. If you got 40 or more, you're still pretty good. If you want to call it, call it. Over 30, yeah, it's starting to get weaker. 20s, yeah, and then below that, it's not of value whatsoever, really. So I'd like to see all get what you need. Again, we moved 90% of you or more, maybe everybody, is in Google Forms type of survey, which is a first for me. Hopefully it works out for everybody. I think you can get your data back the way you need to. Obviously, I'm going to talk a lot on Tuesday, next video, about how that final paper should look. But again, you can go into the sample that's there, see for yourself how that's going, because I'm finding that those who post earlier seem to get it better. Or, I don't know what it is, but again, if there's something you're not seeing before Tuesday and you need to get something done by Tuesday, let me know. Um, the step fours, you really stepped up your game for the most part. Everybody just crushed it. I know that these papers, because now you've probably got the swing of it and you understand what's required in terms of content and formatting, and that they're both important. So I've seen so many students evolve, the class evolve from, the first choppiness of earlier papers to this, like, I use the word pristine and impeccable on so many feedback comments regarding, the formatting of the paper. And again, I mean, not many of you are freaking out like, why is formatting got this guy so obsessed? Well, it's not that I'm so obsessed, it's that you haven't heard this before. Many of you haven't found out that formatting is an important aspect of developing a good scholarly paper. By the way, I only have one AirPod on because these things, it just doesn't charge the other one for some reason. So I had it at 1%, and I'm not going to wait around. So I want to make sure you do know that about that step four. It was great. Most of them are just so great. And I think you can get what's going on now here, and how your paper, if you picture your first four steps and how they're looking if they were all together, I'm sure you're pleased. Okay, because honestly, there's still well over half the class is getting A or B right now. And like I said, the 1/7 that's has an E are typically the people that have dropped working for weeks now. So I'm still hopeful for everybody, of course. Well, especially those that are doing all the work, watching all these videos, subjecting yourself to this punishment, and still sending me the Easter eggs. I compliment you because you've something in my face there. Oh, it's just whiskers. Sorry, what a bad thing to check. I'm not editing this. Uh, so you who are doing all the work. Again, I don't do minus plus minuses. A, B, C, D, E. You know the drill. If you're doing all the work, nobody in this class is going to miss a letter grade by 10 points, sometimes a little more. You'll never miss it if you did all the work, because I'll go back and I'll find you those 10. Okay. If you did miss work, then you're kind of on your own on that. What can I say? All right. So let's talk about the works cited lists, because I'm seeing some issues there. I expect you to have more sources. More is better than less. I expect all your sources from step 3 to be used in the paper. And when I say used, that means cited. And it's a works cited list. So what does that mean? That work has been cited. And what does cited mean? It means an in-text citation. So some are doing their works cited list with a number of authors, but they're not appearing in the paper. That's not good. That's not scholarly. If you use the work from down here up here, you need to cite it. You need to give credit, or you're plagiarizing, even if you have it down there. I've talked about this. You need to know when and when not you're, plagiarizing. You make sure you're not. You are. Doesn't have to be direct quotes. You can be paraphrasing, but if you're paraphrasing another author, that author needs to be cited. With year and last name. The works cited lists still need to be done by last name, alphabetically, double line space, no line gaps between them. But that sources is an important aspect of this. Without sources, it's an opinion paper. This is not about opinion. You are not coming into this project to express what you already know. This is a learning experience. It's research. You're going to learn new information that you're going to drive through the survey, but you're bringing in older information that came before you. Okay, it's not an opinion piece. Okay, so if you don't give me sources or give me minimal sources or give me bad sources, does not show academic rigor nor scholarship, and it's very important in this course. At the end of the day, again, you come to college with a skill set and knowledge set, which your intention is to expand on that, to develop more expertise in your areas, and then to move on accordingly. It's not to come to college and then stop learning, but just apply what you learned, because that would just really blow up the whole thing, right? So make sure you are citing, make sure anytime I search for that last name, it's in that paper. If it's not, there's a problem. I will search the last names and it needs to be in the paper, or it doesn't belong in the works cited list. Okay, it's the same with, step 1, 2, because put it this way, step 3 obviously is an annotated bibliography. You're not going to be doing a works cited list for that. That stands alone. But step 1, step 2, the sources in step 3, the bibliography, works cited in step 4, and the works cited in step 5, they all need to appear now. Because when you put this together, you will not have separate works cited lists. I'll repeat that, you will not have separate works cited lists. You will bring everything down to the bottom. Look at the sample, everything, all the sources. Okay, your annotated bibliography stays up there, but those sources should be down there. Okay, all right, so I think you can get that. Let's see. The discussion board coming up, reflecting on IDS. This is not the course evaluation, of course, which you should be getting emails, but I want you just to identify a couple, 3 big things you learned about IDS experience thus far. If you want to rip me, I don't mind. You read the instructions. I'm looking for 250 words minimum, and remember what minimum equals. You know what it does. Okay. All right. Use paragraph. Oh, I put indents, but actually it's line breaks. You don't need indents. You can do line breaks. It's fine. I'll change that. Easter egg number 2. For some of you, I want to be sure you're sending your, now wait on this, don't start writing yet, sending your survey links out to friends, family, social media. Come on, you got to know people. Don't rely just on this class. The survey is not intended for this class, intended for what? Random adults. Get it out there somehow. You got to know people that can do this. Okay, because if you have everybody do the survey that's just in the class, it just, like I said, your data is going to be stale. It's kind of, whatever. So do your best. So Easter egg number 2 is send your survey links out. Not sausage links, survey links. Send your survey links out. Okay, so as we, close on this video here, it'll be a while. So looking again at the overall course trajectory, I want to stay and keep touching on that, because I hope you're seeing what you're doing here has value in terms of that first module where, we're just kind of stepping into topics, general, looking at it, and figuring out what. Step 2, we're justifying it as a interdisciplinary project. Step 3, we're gathering previous research. Step 4, started identifying conflict and resolution. And yes, there's a lot of formatics to this, forms, but we're identifying those things. And be careful, because I notice more than a few got away from the disciplines again. They're calling things economical or ethical or medicinal. Those aren't disciplines. Ethics is a discipline. Economics is a discipline. Political science is a discipline. Medicine is a discipline. Law is a discipline. Stay disciplined with your disciplines. Don't random capitalize occupations, okay? So just stay disciplined. You're getting this. I can see you're getting it. And you need to be proud. And you may hate my guts when this is over, but I'm going to tell you, you did something of value. Now, it's not supposed to be like boot camp in the Army, but those of you who have served the country probably could relate to that as being boot campish, right? But it's rigorous, academic rigor, and you're doing it. So be proud, all of you that are just going to the finish line stronger than heck here. You might not have got what you signed up for. You might have thought you were going to cruise. You might have thought that it was going to be something else. I don't know. You might have regrets. And like I said, you might just rip my heart out and slam it on your counter. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, you did something that is at the higher level of your undergrad education. It's a higher level, as it should be at a 300 level. Okay, because the 400s are your last, and after that, it's grad school. You're not going to take many 400 level courses, I don't believe, but don't expect those to be much easier. Okay, so we'll take a look next Tuesday on the final paper. I may do it Monday. I don't know yet. Remember, the class ends Friday, so I know you're going to be working on it. I know you have most of you probably have other classes. I understand completely. Okay, the load has been lighter because I've expected more. All right. So the only thing you have to do now, for those of you up to date, is this video, the next video, your final paper and discussion board, and do the course evaluation. Okay. So, points versus percentage. I still have you on percentage because I think the point number can be deceiving. Okay. Percentage seems to give us a closer gauge of what you're going to get in your final grade. But by the next video, I'll notify you, I'm going to put your final grade scoring back to points. Because again, 900 and above A, 800, 899 B, 700, 799 C. Okay, those are the important numbers to hit. And percentage-wise, because we're ending up with about 1,025 points or what have you, you understand it's not a straight percentage because 90% you'll probably get an A at 89% or 88.5% because of the points. It'll be 900 points out of 1,025, right? So for example, let me just do the quick math. So let's do 0.90 times 1,025, if that's indeed where we end up. Oh God, this is pathetic. 0.90. No, yeah, isn't it times 1020? Thank God nobody had a math. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm supposed to do, I want 90% of 1,025. So that's 0.90 times 1025. Okay, I don't know what this is. That's embarrassing. I know how to do this. I'll figure it out as soon as we get off the phone. Okay, but anyways, you guys have a great holiday food. I can smell this thing wafting, and I've got a whole bunch of processed food to put together yet for my sons and my oldest son's girlfriend. So very good. Let's do Easter egg number 3, and that would be close your survey when you think you have enough. I know it might sound weird, but close your survey when you think you have enough. That's what I said. Put it on the discussion board. You have enough. You had enough. And for those that haven't had enough, don't panic. I know you got to do the final paper and the data, but you can start writing a lot of things up yet and organizing. And maybe by Saturday or Sunday, you'll have enough to close it. Whatever you need to work on that final paper the rest of the week. Okay, 18 and a half minutes. We'll go forks up. Peace. Have a good one.